surface mining default action doesn't work.
Right.
Or is it me?
I know. No, that's not you.
Okay, so it's not me. Have we gotten any updates to the surface, to the default actions at all? Has anybody seen any differences since the release in July?
They made that fix at the beginning, I think, for something was... But aside from that, there has been no main changes to... In fact, I must say that in overall, there has been a real lull in both updates and communication about updates or how things are progressing.
Well, it's not that there hasn't been any, like, no communication. There's been communication.
There has been
But
communication,
here's the problem.
though
There's a perception issue. I mean, it's not just Wurm. It's a perception issue amongst... I guess if you're really big on marketing or really big on psychology or something, there's a specific amount of time that we can go before we're expecting something else, right? Before in our minds it becomes old news, and it's not that long, to be honest. Probably unfair.
Well, you know what? The reason why it's unfairly wrong is because the Wurm dev team has been consistently good at keeping up with updates over the past several years. So it's like we've only come to expect it because you look at the history over the past, like, even 5-6 years. It's been very consistent with the communication, particularly, but also with the updates. And I must say that since the Steam launch, it has been very different.
True. It's true that they've had consistent news releases. We might not be happy with all of them, right? But they were pretty consistent for many years. And updates were also consistent as well. Even if we're not very happy with all of them, or that they had very little in them or something, they were consistent. Now,
so if you played 10 years ago, right, you're talking 2010, and you just logged in now, it should not feel like it's the same game, honestly, from 10 years ago. I mean, there is, like, the essence of it is the same, but in terms of the way the game looks and feels and the amount of extra things you can do.
You named a couple of them, right? Bridges, multi-story houses. You said Cat's Eyes, which kind of funny.
Is such a small thing.
I'm assuming you mean like the entire highway system, and animations, which also was an entire avatar or character model revamp system. Which came with the animations.
All the armor.
That's true.
Now go on.
Textures have been updated for quite a few things. Let's say all the
textures and models,
in-game items and stuff.
All the animals.
Wood textures have been revamped. Boats, like a lot of things.
New types
Too many
of bricks.
To name.
The
housing
list
system.
Is crazy.
Yeah, we've got more than just 2 types of wall types and wall texture types. So that's definitely increased. You can build an actual man cave now, where you can build in the mines.
Bridges in caves. You combine those two things, and God, like, I'm already thinking there's a spot in our cave we're gonna need a bridge. I've started the preliminary thought process of our boat mine, and we got so lucky. I can't say how lucky we got, but we're in a situation where we can enter into the boat mine. It'd be a massive chasm with a ramp on the right side that goes up and over a bridge over the pathway that the boats are going to go in. I think it's going to look great.
Right. And I feel, Ryu, it's hard to quantify everything. Like, we're missing a lot. Like, a ton of new furniture items were added, like, in a patch. or a bunch of patches, just which made it so much better. The whole and I know 10 years ago was a long time, but the graphics have improved a lot.
Wolfmare says it would be quicker to list the things that haven't changed.
Yeah, like almost everything was touched, and they added some profession stuff in there as well on top of it. Like it's not a crazy amount. That they added archaeology, the journal
Cooking.
system. We went through at least 3 or 4 different starting tutorials since then.
Yeah.
It's been it's been consistent. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been consistent. But the thing is that consistency, we mean an update will come out. It may not have, let's say, a lot in it.
Flat.
Oops. But they had like a quite rapid update cycle. What was it, like every 2 or 3 weeks or something?
Well,
I can't remember. And then
so
they had to stop that and make it like every month.
Yeah. There was a point in time where they were doing a 2-week cycle, but they were small, like little tiny updates would happen. So it would be like they have a major update in the month, and then 2 weeks later they'd have like a small tiny update, and then they'd alternate like that. There were times where they would wait, so they had a bunch of small updates in a row, followed by, after 3 months of that, one big massive update that had a lot in it.
Yeah. We haven't even touched the surface, by the way. Yeah, Amethyst is listing a complete fishing overhaul and cooking overhaul. The cooking overhaul was insanely large.
And touched everything.
Yeah, it didn't just touch cooking. It touched everything.
Yeah.
Like,
bees and...
yeah. A crazy amount of stuff. We can now have herb gardens in our houses.
Herb gardens and almanac to keep track of the seasons, and all the extra things that you can harvest in the seasons were added, like oranges.
Mushroom farms and caves. That's right, Amethyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy just how much, and we forget a lot. We take for granted a lot of things, I think. And
you can grow mushrooms now by planting them in a...
Here's the problem. Like we got so much stuff, but it's a never-ending list of things that we want.
Right.
So those things just change over the years. That's all.
For me, like, I'm okay with... I don't need... There's not a specific thing that I'm like, I need this to be the way it is, or this is like, I might have a wish list, but it's not like... All I care about is that this game continues to get developed, that this game continues to get support. We've been through situations where games were discontinued, games that we played, and I all I just want is that this game continues to get support and development. And my hope is that the Steam release gave a really big push towards that direction, securing, the funding for this game, so that I don't know. Right, and like this Black Friday sale really also shows there's a lot of dedication. A lot of people put money down to support the game. I really hope that they turn that money into something tangible that we can see, in terms of maybe hiring another developer or two and getting back on track on the development cycle.